Okay, it's on. Hello everyone! Sorry about the huge face in your face. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys that I was gonna make a second video and it's about chicken. The particular part that I'm talking about for the chicken is the chicken breast. And the reason why I was making this video is because, okay, I went to my friend's house and she had decided to cook some food, and she's not the best. She's one of my friends who actually caught her toaster on fire. So me going over to her place was kind of life risking. Anyway, so I went over to her place and had a meal with her, and she had decided to cook chicken, which is not that hard to cook, but it is, in a sense, kind of technical because you have to be able to keep the moisture within the chicken, whether it's dark meat or white meat. And she didn't do it. The chicken breast actually came out like a brick. How do you do that to chicken? So I wanted to dedicate this video to her, which I'm not going to say her name because that will either embarrass her or she'll kill me. But I wanted to show her how to make chicken breast, which was what she used, moist. So how about you and I go on a little adventure and let's get started. Hello! So for this recipe you'll need 3 chicken breasts, black pepper and salt, a 1/4 cup of flour, sorry that you can't see it, the camera's kind of blurry, olive oil, I used extra light, and butter. That's it! So, alright, let's get started on this chicken. First, you'll pound the chicken so that the breasts are the same thickness as each other. I put it in a plastic bag so the juices don't go all over the place, I don't know. Next, you'll season it lightly with salt and pepper. You're going to do this to both sides of the chicken, so it doesn't need that much seasoning. And anyway, what we're going to do next is going to help it. So just season it with salt and pepper and then set it aside. Next we have a Tupperware that I'm going to put the flour in. The Tupperware should be big enough for the chicken breast. And then we're going to season that with salt and pepper too. Sift it together so everything's incorporated. And then you're going to want a plate for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to lightly dredge the chicken breast in flour. And you're going to do it to all 3 of these. So I got 1. I'm going to go ahead and do the second one, and see how I do it lightly, you don't have to coat it. And then the 3rd one. Ta-da! Lightly floured. Okay, so this is where the cooking starts. You're going to use a medium saucepan that has a lid, as you can see there. I put the saucepan on medium, and when it gets hot enough, what you're going to do is you're going to get some butter, just about a pat. There we go. And then we're going to get some of that olive oil, about a tablespoon, and you're just going to put it lightly in there. And then after that, you're going to get your spatula and you're going to just incorporate both the oil and the butter on the saucepan just to make sure it's fully incorporated. Now we're going to add the chicken breast, making sure that none of the meat overlaps each other so that there's enough room on the pan. And what we're doing is we're going to make the meat golden on the bottom. We're not actually trying to sear or brown it. So this takes about a minute, and I'll show you here. Okay, so it's done. It's been a minute. What I'm doing now is I'm flipping the breast over. See? It's golden. And after I do this, it doesn't show in the video, but what you're going to do is once I'm done flipping this, I'm going to put the heat onto low. Low. Okay? And then I'm going to put on the lid and I'm going to walk away. I repeat, walk away. The chicken takes 10 minutes to cook on low, so just put your timer on for 10 minutes and then go do whatever. After those 10 minutes are done, do not open the lid. What you're going to do is you're going to turn off the heat and you're going to let it sit for another 10 minutes. So after those 10 minutes are done, you're going to open the lid and the chicken should be done. The breasts are done. Yay! You don't necessarily have to do this after, but I wanted to because I was going to eat it. So I'm going to grab the chicken breast now and I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to make sure that the breast is actually white, that there's no pink. And yep, it's white. There's no pink, so it's good. Poultry, you can't have it pink. Beef you can, but not poultry. That is a no-no. So I'm going to show you. Yep, see? It's white and it's juicy. You can see the juice. So thank you again. And, yes, delicious. It is really moist.